All right, so to start our practice problems here, you should be working on these with your neighbor. I'm going to kind of walk you through some of these. Once again, distribute. That's going to give you negative 8x plus 6. We actually just did a problem similar to this, and that gives us 10. So really, this was one previously that we did. You can finish it up. You should end up with that negative 1/2 again. So just kind of some reinforcement there if you need it. Um, Jump across to the right-hand side. We don't have any distribution, so there's nothing to distribute. So now we go into combining like terms. Who are the like terms in these right here? Once again, we don't cross the equal sign. So just looking at the left-hand side, our like terms are 3x and 7x. So together, that gives us 10x. Rewrite the rest of it. So minus 8 equals negative 19. We had a two-step equation. We start by doing the opposite of what we see. The opposite of what we see is here. So the opposite of that is plus 8, plus 8. So we cancel out. We're left with 10x equals negative 19 plus 8. What does that give us? That gives us negative 11. So now, last but not least, opposite of multiplication, division. So we divide by 10, cancels out. That's all we can do. Nothing to do with that one. Can't actually simplify that at all. So there's your answer. Okay? Jump to the bottom left-hand corner right here, and let's try this one out. Let's see what we got. So if we're going to simplify, there's no distribution again, but we definitely can combine some like terms. Our like terms are right here. So if we combine those, we are left with negative 3 plus 5 is positive 2. So positive 2x. Rewrite the rest of your equation. So plus 8 also equals negative 35. So now we've got our equation, opposites again. So opposite of plus 8, minus 8. Minus 8. Feel free to press pause at any time. If you're falling behind, press pause at any time and catch up. So subtract that 8, those cancels out. We're left with negative 35. This is a tough one. Negative 35 minus 8. Think about that for a second. You're going to end up with negative. It's going to be more negative. It's like you owe me $35 and then you borrow 8 more. So you're going more negative. You're going to owe me more money. And in this case, you're going to owe me negative 43. Okay? So negative 43 equals 2x. And then, of course, our final step here is to divide. So we can divide by 2. And once again, negative 43 over 2, can't even simplify it. That's our final answer. There you go. Got it. Okay. Ooh. So this one's got a fraction in it. I'm a little scared maybe of the fraction. And there's two ways to do this. You could distribute this fraction and take half of 8 and half of 12. That wouldn't be a bad idea, right? But what if like 12 was the number 9? Taking half of 9 is not so easy. So instead of distributing this one, let's practice getting rid of fractions, which is what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday we talked about fractions are not as scary as we think they are. Fractions are just division. This really is saying that you are dividing by 2. So that's what it's saying. That's not what we do, that's what it's saying. So if that's what it's saying, what can we do to get rid of division by 2? If that's division by 2, how do we undo division by 2? We multiply by 2. So we're going to multiply by 2 right here, multiply by 2 right there. So we're left with 28, that's what 14 times 2 is, equals our 2's cancel each other out, which is exactly what we wanted. So we still have a 1 there technically. 1 times 8x plus 12. All right. Now, it's kind of silly because distributing now doesn't change anything. 1 times 8x is still 8x. So we have 8x plus 12. That still equals 28. Okay. And so now we're going to go ahead and start solving our equation. We're going to subtract 12, subtract 12. So you're left with, at this point, we're subtracting 12. So that's going to give me 26 minus 10 more, 16. So 16 equals 8x. These are gone. And then last but not least, divide by 8. Divide by 8. Cancels out. What is 16 divided by 8? 2. So x equals 2. All right, so lots of practice there for you guys. Good examples for you to really master this skill. You're going to have a couple more problems to practice, and you can check your answers with Mr. Montag and keep up the great work. I really hope that this is sinking in. Please go and watch the videos anytime, anywhere to catch up and feel confident. Keep it up. We'll talk to you soon.